Trump's now playing a part in the search for Nancy Guthrie, right, the missing mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. Because Savannah's 84-year-old mom went missing from her home near Tucson, Arizona 5 days ago, and the local authorities say that it looks like she was taken by force. She was last seen Saturday night around 9:30 p.m., and after she didn't show up at church the following morning, her family called 911. And then when the authorities, they found Nancy's personal belongings like her car, phone, and wallet still at her house, as well as there being a trail of blood outside, they began to suspect foul play, especially because it's believed to be unlikely that she wandered away on her own. Nancy Guthrie reportedly was sharp mentally, but she had some mobility issues that left her unable to walk more than 50 yards unassisted. And so that's why you're seeing the local sheriff reiterating that this is not a dementia-related incident. Though still, you had search and rescue teams working all day and night following Nancy's disappearance to make sure that this wasn't a case of an elderly person walking off on their own, right? And then you had investigators canvassing the neighborhood and asking people in the area to review doorbell cameras and any other possible recordings for potential sightings. And all of this leading to the local sheriff's office saying yesterday detectives believe Mrs. Guthrie was taken against her will, possibly during the overnight hours. But then adding that there is currently no evidence to suggest that this was targeted, and so the authorities began working to find out key details that could lead to Nancy or her kidnapper. So things like what she was wearing when she was taken, whether she was put in a vehicle, and how many suspects might have been involved. Right. And then yesterday, on the fourth day after Nancy disappeared, Savannah Guthrie shared a video where she sat alongside her siblings addressing the reports of an unverified ransom note, as well as pleading with her mother's kidnappers to release her or at least prove that she's still alive.
She's 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer. We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
Now, currently, there are reportedly no suspects, though there was a brief rumor that Nancy's son-in-law could have been involved, but that was then quickly shot down by the local sheriff's department. And while you have investigators thinking that she is still likely alive, with her health issues, we don't know how long that will remain the case. In fact, you even saw the sheriff saying time is not on our side, and that was already 2 days ago. You know, as these days have drug on and on with no answers, Nancy's disappearance, it's getting more and more national attention. We even had Trump chiming in yesterday on Truth Social saying, I spoke with Savannah Guthrie and let her know that I am directing all federal law enforcement to be at the families and local law enforcement's complete disposal immediately. We are deploying all resources to get her mother home safely. That was also a sentiment echoed by FBI Director Kash Patel, who, according to sources for Axios, is directing, quote, all resources possible to help and is prepared to go if the situation warrants. Though there, it's important to note that Arizona officials are still leading the investigation, and the FBI at this point is only playing a supporting role. Right, with Attorney General Pam Bondi, who has reportedly known Savannah Guthrie for a very long time, saying that she's receiving constant updates after speaking with Savannah on the phone yesterday. And so ultimately, at this point, it ends up being kind of a waiting game to see what happens with the investigators as they do their job. And while we wait for answers, obviously, our hearts and our well wishes go out to Savannah and her siblings, and we hope that her mom's found and brought home safely.